How's it going, everyone? It's Johnny Beard here with the season 9's finale of Streamer Stories podcast. And of course, I had to get someone special for that episode, I think. This person's absolutely wonderful. I've got Zoran Gvojic from Dead Meat here. And he's very busy. Apologies for that.
I just can't put this book down. This book from 1990. What are we, 98?
98.
Yep.
1998, you will never forget it.
Steve Perry doing those novelizations of my favorite franchise.
Ah, it's funny how the borderline canon, I think, in certain parts.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's in here that it's labeled Mr. X is where the name comes from, because in game, Mr. X was never called Mr. X at all. It was a tyrant.
Yes.
It was a tyrant. And then the Mr. X name appeared, I believe, in the S.D. Perry novels of the same time.
Yeah.
There you go. I have facts.
You do. I can't wait to delve into this with you. Zoran, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Johnny.
It's going to be great to talk to you for the next hour or so. I love Dead Meat, obviously. I love, obviously, Chelsea and James and yourself. Like, you're so wonderful. The chemistry you have is incredible. I love the video game series that, obviously, you're a major part of as well. So it's an absolute honor to have you here. So thank you.
Thank you. Happy to be here with my arcane last drop mug of tea.
Nice, goddamn. In style. So, I mean, I do know who you are, but do you want to introduce yourself, Zoran, to maybe people who don't know who you are? And you do dabble in streaming, of course, as well, partly in Dead Meat, but also, I will say no more. Do you want to give us an introduction?
Look, I don't have anything to say. You said it all.
Sorry, yes.
No. Most people know me from Dead Meat. Obviously, I've been working with Dead Meat since 2018, where I was an editor and then worked my way up to convince James to give me my first show, They Talk, where I put voices to silent killers. And that show took way too long to make, so I wasn't able to do it, because then I also had to host Kill Count. So I was the very first person to host a Kill Count, aside from James, for the Tremors films. And then on the internet, I am now synonymous with Tremors, and I'm very happy about that. But I never thought I would be synonymous with Tremors. And so from the years of Dead Meat, I've been hosting Kill Counts on and off whenever James needs me to. And then it started to be that, you know what? I want to try video game Kill Counts. I want to branch out because I love horror games, and there's so many horror games out there. Until I started doing this, I did not realize how many.
Yeah.
And they're all from glorious independent companies and developers of sometimes just one or two people just said, I'm going to do this. And then they do it. And it's amazing. I played so many very fun games because of this. But I am now the Dead Meat game daddy. So that's who I am now. So that is how most people know me. But earlier, they may know me from my sketch comedy that I did on the internets for many, many years with Low Carb Comedy, originally titled Please Dear God Give Us a Job.com. But no one could remember that name, so I changed it to Low Carb Comedy, because the low carb diet was a thing at that time, and now it's not.
Yeah.
But I kept the name. Well, I mean, I guess it still is, but you know, that's where it came from. It was an old improv name that I then said, yeah, all right, that's easier to remember. So Low Carb Comedy, and that's what I am on all the socials. So you can find me out there.
Amazing. Everyone.
I think that's it. I think that's the main things. But from Low Carb Comedy, folks may know the music video Social Mediasochist, which is John Hughes style teen movie with slasher killers like Carrie, Jason, and Freddy Krueger and all of them. And that was like my big claim to horror fame, because that got like 85 million views on my channel. But I'm not in it, so no one knows that, that I'm the one who did that thing. They're like, oh yeah, I saw that thing. It also got stolen and put different music on, and never got credit for me. And it was a whole saga with that. But Social Mediasochist is one of the big things that I have done for this internet world. And I made a sequel, and I will make a threequel at some point when I'm not doing hundreds and thousands of other things, including also raising a child.
Yes, which we bonded over just moments before we hit record. So yeah, goodness, very, very busy. Zoran, thank you. that's all now, isn't it? That's all incredible stuff that we're doing now. Way too busy now. Back in the day, we were less busy, but we thought we were. Let's talk about like video gaming then, in terms of your childhood then. So, what's your first like memories of seeing video games? Maybe playing it? Was it see before play? What order was it? And what was it?
Well, it's time to date myself. It's the NES. It's the original NES.
Nice.
I was part of that big craze, and I had many dreams as a child of getting an NES, and the very real dreams where you'd run downstairs the next morning after you woke up and go, it was a dream. I don't have it.
Yeah.
Eventually I got it, and definitely I would say that's actually where some of my first foray into horror video games was, on NES.
Okay.
Because I remember my early games, of course, the Marios, the Duck Hunts, where you would take the gun and you'd put it right up to the TV. Yeah. That's how you get it to always hit. You're like, why am I standing back here? I could just go bang, 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 bang. All right, the ducks are dead. So I've been killing ducks since I was a child. Pixelated ducks.
Yes, of course.
And I remember actually getting a copy of Nightmare on Elm Street. That Nintendo game.
Wow, yeah.
Was one of the very early ones that I ever played. And it was a very fun concept. I never beat it. I think I finally had to get Game Genie, if anyone remembers Game Genie.
Yes.
Where you would put a cassette, you'd put the game into this other thing and then put it in there, and it would allow you to hack the game and, add it infinite lives or whatever. But that was such a fun mechanic on that game, where you're a teenager, you're going through the regular world, which still is messed up with things coming at you and trying to shoot at you, and it's like, this is the normal real world. And then if you fell asleep, if you would try and drink coffee to wake up, and you would do things, but if you fell asleep, you go into the dream world, which was like the same map, but a messed up version of it. And if you're in the dream world too long, eventually you'd hear the Freddy music, and then you'd have to fight Freddy, and you could never beat Freddy, and then he'd kill you, and that was that. But in the dream world, you'd have powers and things. So it was very like Nightmare 3, the Nightmare Warriors. And yeah, now I'm really remembering that's like probably the first horror game that I ever played. That wasn't your exact question.
No, but it works. It's fantastic.
Came back when I was thinking of NES. That was my first console.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it obviously earlier. We will get into it later on in the chat, but like the horror genre in video gaming in the 80s was very sporadic. It wasn't really a big thing back then, and that was one of the few. I always remember there was only a few that always kind of had the similar sentiment idea that it was running and collecting stuff quite a lot of the time. It was just with a horror skin on it almost, So
I collect Freddy's bones, put them in the boiler.
Yes.
Go down to the boiler, burn his bones. That was the thing. And this is a kid's game.
Yes.
And that's the thing about the 80s, is they took these R-rated properties and then turned them into kids' games. Like, not that Ghostbusters R-rated, but the Ghostbusters movie that got turned into a cartoon, highly inappropriate for children to watch that actual movie. They're swearing, they're getting ghost blowjobs. I'm like, what is happening? This is what, take that, make it a kid's line.
Yeah.
They made Aliens into an action figure line that I had, that I loved so much. I was like, this is great. Oh, these movies are real gory and should not be watched by kids. But yeah, now I got a gorilla alien action figure, so I'm happy.
It always makes me laugh as well, because like the Five Nights at Freddy's games and like the Poppy's Playtime series and stuff like that, there's so many like gimmicky toys and stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, kids shouldn't be playing this. As an adult now, as a parent now, but back in my day, I was like, I'm playing Resident Evil. Not that it's horror, but Grand Theft Auto, and it's like, well, I'm a bit of a hypocrite, I suppose, but it's just what it is, isn't it? It's weird.
Oh yeah, no, I will say my child already knows what gremlins are and Chucky, and he sleeps with a gremlin in his crib now, and he calls them grabbies.
Oh my God!
All because we got an animatronic one from Home Depot for Halloween this year, and he was terrified of that thing. And then we used it to teach him faces, and so be like, "Where's his eyes?" And he'd point to its eyes. "Where's its nose?" And then eventually we turned it on because it's animatronic, and he would get a little freaked out, but then started making the noises of a gremlin. So I'd go, "What does a grabby sound like?" He'd go, so he's obsessed with grabbies, and I'm excited for when I get to show him the movies. I'm definitely going to show him part 2 before part 1.
Yes.
It's a lot more cartoony and less scary. But yeah, I mean, just the horror things that are here. And the thing he's scared of, ice cream trucks. An ice cream truck comes by our neighborhood, He hates the sound of it. I will say it's a very creepy ice cream truck that comes by at like 7 o'clock at night, and it's big and brown, one single light over a little hand painted ice cream sign, and it's just. I'm like, why are you here at night? This is weird. Maybe it's right that my child is scared of the nighttime ice cream truck, but he goes, ice cream. He's very scared. What were we talking about? Being terrified of ice cream trucks?
Yeah, man, that's fine with me. No problem with me whatsoever. This is wonderful. I'm loving this. So, yeah. Okay. So NES. So, did you then go to Super Nintendo, SNES? Where did you go from NES?
Well, it used to be, I don't know, it's not this way anymore, but it was very much the console wars. Were you a Sega Genesis or a Super Nintendo household? Because you also couldn't afford both of them at that time. And
I was Genesis.
One of them. Okay, so you're a Genesis house. So this interview is over.
It was nice when it lasted.
I'm a Nintendo man from day one. I never understood the 3 buttons on Genesis controllers. Sonic jumps with each one of them.
Yes, yes.
Whether you pitch A, B, or C is going to jump. No, I was definitely a Super Nintendo house. I was all Mario. Then we had Game Boys. Game Boys were the downfall of our family vacations because that's where we had the portable video games. And then my brother and I mean, we loved it. I'm playing Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle and all kinds, and the Simpsons Escape from Camp Nightmare, all kinds of glorious games on there. And my mom is taking us on road trips and be like, look outside, there's this world out there. Like, I gotta get better score on this Ninja Turtles. They captured Raphael, damn it.
Yes.
So yes, definitely a Nintendo family, and has continued being a Nintendo family until GameCube. I was Nintendo all the way through GameCube, and then made a switch over with the PS2 Slim. I think was my first
Your first affection.
I think so, affection. And then I never had an original Xbox, but then I got a 360, and I loved the 360. The 360 was like the best console for so long that I never thought I would be a Microsoft guy, but that was my thing. I was very happy with the 360. And then I started to be able to, I think, afford to this point that people have multiple consoles now, that I was able to get the PS3 as well. And that PS3 just became a Rock Band machine because the interface for PS3 was awful. It was an awful interface. But it became my Rock Band machine, so we would just have Rock Band parties with the PS3.
God, yeah.
So originally Nintendo, yes, very much Nintendo throughout the rest of my life, and then switched over, and now I'm a PS5 man.
Right.
I left Xbox.
Yeah.
I think most people left Xbox.
I think so.
Xbox left Xbox.
Yeah, especially the last 12 months as well with the whole. Best not go there, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Let's do it. All right. Oh, just the Xbox Game Pass. It's just ridiculously expensive now. Everyone's canceling.
What did they just bump it up again?
I think it's like, I mean, again, I know we've got different currencies, but I think it's like 20, 25 pounds, dollars. I'm not sure. It's like a ridiculous amount per month, and it's like, what? That's like. Yeah, it's just a silly amount of money, I think, and I think a lot of people are like, well, that's too far.
Netflix is probably around that price, getting close to it as well, if you want Netflix. And so I've finally canceled my Netflix, and I will be returning to it in sporadic basis of like, okay, let's build up some shows and go, all right, we've got a Netflix month. We're only watching stuff on Netflix. Great. It's sad that that's where we have to go now because we left the cable model for the better world of streaming, and now streaming has become an overpriced nightmare. Yeah. Like Disney started at like $6.99 a month. Yeah. And now it's like $20 a month or something. It's crazy. And you can't afford all the things, which is fine. You just have to be more management. I feel like I have to manage my streaming now. I'm like, I'm already managing a household and a family, and now it's like, okay, well, we switch to this, we get rid of this, we put this because oof.
Yeah, it's tactics, isn't it? And it shouldn't be. It should be, what do I want to watch? Let's watch it, Or what do I want to play? Let's play it, But no.
Yeah. Make it easy. Make it reasonable for us. I I might have to jump back into physical media again.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. We don't
I
own
like
it.
physical media. I loved DVDs, and I would buy physical games and everything because I used to do the GameStop model a lot, and I would trade them in, and I'd be like, okay, great, I played it, great, it's still worth money right now, and get it back in, get another game, and do that whole system. But yeah, digital is just so much easier to just have the library there, and then physical, I would say physical media like DVDs and Blu-rays started to piss me off where you couldn't skip trailers and commercials as soon as you loaded the disc. Like when you loaded the disc, they'd start auto playing trailers beforehand. And I'm of the mindset that if I'm paying for it, I do not want to see a goddamn ad.
Yeah,
I do not want to see, and that's where we've all landed on streaming now is you're paying for this, but also ads.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, ads are for free. That is when you're not paying for something, I'll watch Tubi. Great. I'm not paying for Tubi. I'll watch an ad. I'm fine with it. But if I'm giving you money, I don't want to see an ad.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better. Wow. There's loads of consoles you went through then. Bam, 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 bam. So I'm going to have to ask you for the beats then. So what were some of your favourite games then? Maybe growing up, just in general, and like into your teens and stuff like that. What were some of your favourites?
Super Nintendo. I played Turtles in Time constantly off the arcade game because I loved arcades, and so I actually have 2 arcade cabinets in my place. I have the Simpsons and I have the Turtles arcade cabinets because the beat 'em up that was like whole days that I would spend in arcades. I loved it. Then of course the Mortal Kombat land. I was pissed that I had the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat where it was basically sweat instead of blood.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they censored it on Super Nintendo. Yeah, I would play a lot of Mortal Kombat and Super Nintendo, Mario World, Super Nintendo, and then, oh God, what is it called? It's not Rocket League. Was it Rocket Racing? Rock and Roll Racing.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers Rock and Roll Racing. That was a game I played constantly. I don't know why I loved it so much, but it had like MIDI versions of rock hits. And you had the weaponry, and there was like a kind of like isometric, almost 3D-esque area. You'd ramp in, you'd upgrade your stuff. I think that's where I started to fall in with upgrades and games that would let me like customization. I am such a customization whore.
Yeah.
I call myself like a customizator or a skin whore, which is a horrible sentence to say about yourself.
Not in horror.
I know I'm a skin whore.
Yeah,
but I just love unlocking new skins and character and like customizing things like in Mario Kart, and I still don't understand the new system. I haven't gotten all the skins in Mario Kart World.
Yes, so many.
I have to go and drive and find the food specifically to turn into them, and then I get them. I'm like, I just want them. I just want my skins.
Yeah.
And I'm refusing to look up online how to get all of them. I'm like, I will find it. I will drive across this entire map, and I will get all of Yoshi's skins. I will have him dressed like he's serving froyo to you. This is important to me. Meanwhile, my child's crying in the background. I'm like, I'm going to get Froyo Yoshi.
Just wait.
You don't understand. Yes. You'll be this way too, son. You get it.
Yeah.
But also Mario Kart, Star Fox. Like the first party wants Star Fox. Oh, man, I played so much Star Fox. I loved it. I loved Mario Kart. When you started to have the multiplayer and really being able to play with other people, that was such a game changer. Because it used to be you had 1, maybe 2 players, and then the later consoles started getting you 4 players that you could do stuff with. N64 like was the game changer with GoldenEye and Mario Kart 64. My God, just hours, days of my life are in those worlds that they're ingrained. The music is in the back of my head, the sound effects. We'll do all slappers mode and GoldenEye and one-shot kills and fucking golden gun, and no one can be odd job, and all the rules and things that I would think of. And what I'm surprised, I mean, I have glasses, but I'm surprised my vision's not worse from the split screens that I would watch on TV.
Yeah.
And it's like the TVs now that I have, it's like, okay, that split screen that you're looking at was the size of my TV. Now cut that in 4. And that's what we're staring on CRT, so we got all the lines and everything. And we're still able to see it. We do that, and that's what we're looking at. But man, our vision should be so terrible from just staring at this
Totally.
tiny little square of like, yeah, that's everything that's happening for me.
Like, the worst thing was, like, TVs got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we had this thing called the internet. Oh, we could play online.
Oh, man.
So then the TVs got massive, and then we didn't need it because we could play with my friend who lives in another town until I got the full screen.
Remember your first online game?
So you mentioned the Xbox 360. That was my first online console, but I mostly had single-player experiences growing up. So I had the Xbox 360, and I was a massive Left 4 Dead guy. I still play Left 4 Dead now online with my community. I love Left 4 Dead.
I got to do that again. I have to stream Left 4 Dead. I played so much of that game. That was the only game my ex-girlfriend would play. She wouldn't play like any other game, but she would play Left 4 Dead. So I want to shoot some zombies. I'm like, great, finally, you're we'll play this endlessly.
We play Left 4 Dead once a month in the community, and it's 4v4. So you take turns being the infected and the survivors, and we randomly choose. If you ever want to join us, let us know, Zoran. It would be an honor to have you.
Yeah. I will happily join the Left. It's been so long because what was the other one? Back for Blood.
Oh yeah.
I tried that one. It was a little too much for me. I don't know why it just didn't feel just right.
Yeah, it's a shame. And some of these other like 4v1, like Dead by Daylight, just the Phasmophobia, they're really good. But I don't know. I'm a certain age. I just love Left 4 Dead. Still play it once a month. It's great.
It's great. It's a little comfort game. It's fine. I mean, I've been playing Fortnite since 2020, so it's gonna keep going. I'm not giving up on my Fortnite.
100%. Goodness.
That's how they got me with all the skins. I'm like,
Yes.
I got a Xenomorph, and now I've got Art the Clown, and now I've got Shaggy, and then now they're all wearing proton packs and running around. I'm like, this is amazing. This is everything. This is my toy box.
Yes.
Thank you for creating my toy box.
Oh man, like I was going through a phase with Fall Guys on all the skins. There was a similar thing. Goodness, I was addicted to Fall Guys at one point. So yeah, speaking of that, then, so answering the question back at you, and then how much online gaming have you done over the years? Did you do a lot of that?
No, I haven't done it. So my very first online game I ever did was Duke Nukem.
Right. Yeah.
They're called Duke Nukem, and so that was my buddy's, PC. We'd get that and dial up internet and take over the phone line so that no one could use the phone line so that we could play Duke Nukem. And that was the first thing that we ever did online was some Duke Nukem. And I never had the Xbox. I mean, I played Halo at other people's places, but that was more of a LAN party rather than online. That was all connected.
Yeah.
Like my buddies in college would just, from one floor to the next, be like, all right, we're all connected. We're all going to do a big LAN party for that. But online gaming, early on, I just feel like I'd go online and I'd get my ass kicked, and I would just be like, I'm sniped. I'm dead immediately.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying this. So I was very much a local, co-op. Couch co-op was the place where it'd be. I'm like, I know these people, and I can actually yell at them in person rather than some stranger who's actually an 8-year-old. They'd be like, oh,
yeah,
wow, I just got killed by them, and then they're calling me things that they should not be saying at 8 years old.
No.
They're saying it.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Cool. But no, I just remember the first one, Duke Nukem, and I don't recall later games that I would play online.
No.
With just random people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Fortnite is like the biggest one. That's what saved me during the pandemic.
Oof, yeah.
Aside from, yes, my glorious relationship with my wife, who I was quarantined with.
Yes.
But that became like going to the bar and hanging out during 2020. It was just every Thursday night, new quests, everything would drop, and it'd be like, I would say, honey, this is my night, and I would just have some beers, play, and talk to all my buddies from Chicago. It was great keeping in touch with them, and yeah, I love the social aspect of that game. I was not really concerned about winning or anything. I love the questing mechanic. I love quests. I love checklists. It's a dangerous thing, so I can't play a lot of open world games because I want to grab everything, but I can't because I have to live my actual life and get those checklists done. But I really enjoyed just going, doing fun quests, hanging out, and if we won, didn't matter. And now that I play with James, I have to win because that's what James wants to do in Fortnite. He doesn't. He's like, I haven't even looked at my quest, man. I don't know what I'm like. Well, you got to go over here and go talk to this person. He's like, I don't care. We're gonna win. It's like, okay, I'm sure if that's the mentality we're in right now. Okay, I'll win. I've won some, and that's the thing about Fortnite. I've actually won some. Which is great. And in earlier online games, I would feel that I was like, I will not win any of these. I'm not gonna go through it.
Oh, man, that's so funny. Yeah, I actually missed the pandemic, like the element in terms of like
for that aspect.
That aspect, yeah. Obviously not the full thing. There was a lot of terrible stuff, but like I mean, for me, like when I can't remember what the lockdown procedure timeline was for the US, but here in the UK it was like the end of March, I think, or mid to end of March. So like Resident Evil 3 remake came out when I went into lockdown, and it was like I platinumed it in a week. So it's like, oh, good memories, you know.
Nice. I just played that one because we're kill counting that for next season.
Yes.
Resident Evil 3, baby.
Yep.
Remake.
I've been on top. I've been on top of things. Definitely. Yeah, I'll be quizzing you about that in a bit. So.
Oh, good. All right, here we go.
But no. Okay, so like, if you had then, if you had a situation where you were stuck on a remote island and you could only have 3 games with you on that island for the rest of your life. Nothing else. You can bring your family. That's okay. I'm not that cruel. They can come too.
But you know. then I'm playing with them, and then I'm feeling guilty if I'm playing games while they're over here like, Dad, we're starving. Go hunt for a pig.
Yeah. So in between pig hunting, well, no, you can still play online.
Yeah.
You still play online, so you can play Fortnite if you want. I'm not trying to tell you what to put into the top 3. But what games would they be? Do you think?
Well, I mean, number 1 is Fortnite. Like that.
Yeah.
The fact that is ever changing and is always adjusting mechanics and shifting things around, that I will happily be like, that's the number 1 game that I go back to right now. Is I will stick with my Fortnite. So that's 1. Great. I have my social aspect for that.
Yes.
Man, and I'm just trying to think of like, do I just want the favorite games that I love that I want to do over and over again, or ones that I'll be like, oh, I finally have time to like.
Yes.
Finish and explore all of these. Well, if Phoenix is there, I have to pick the original, the Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man for what, PS4.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I got to pick that one because that's the game that he requests me play. Swinging. Yeah, we just swing through New York, and then he makes me look for trash trucks. He wants garbage trucks, so we just swing until we find one, and then he's like, yay, more. It's like, okay, I'll go find another trash truck for you, buddy. And so swinging, we climb to the top building, we jump off, and he loves that. So to keep him entertained, and I love that game, so just web swinging is a lovely, relaxing time on there.
Nice.
So I keep that for him. I mean, it's probably going to have to be... How many people are on this island with me?
As many as you want. I suppose in the same way, it can't be as many as you want, can it? Because it's got to be. The wording is remote island. So how remote?
I want to be more. I want to be more social. So we're gonna go with Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But
yeah.
I want 2 GameCubes and 2 TVs, so I can do 8-player Mario Kart Double Dash.
Deal.
I could go crazy and get up to 16, but we're going to stick with 8-player because that's what I used to do in college was a Mario Kart Double Dash.
Nice.
And we would set up 2 TVs, 2 systems, and that was the most fun version of Mario Kart that I've ever played. It's so many people, and we, of course, had drinking games to it.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating that these are the rules that you use, but it would be 7th and 8th place would do a shot, and then 1 through 6 we would roll a die, and whatever number came up on that. So it didn't matter if you finished in first, you still could technically take. There's a 1 in 6 chance that you can take a drink. Because the people that kept doing in first place are like, oh, they're immune, they're never drinking, they're never anything like that. So it's just like if you stick within that 1 through 6, there's a chance that you might not. But if you're 7th or 8th, you're out and wasted. But then suddenly, the people that were drinking in 7th and 8th started to do better and get up into 1 through 6. It's just they reached that certain like level of focus that all the like numbers and everything were coming. They're like, I know how to stay on Rainbow Road now.
Yes. Thankfully, it doesn't work in real life with real cars.
Yeah. I would say runner-up in the background would be Monkey Island 2.
Nice. Yeah.
The old point-and-click LucasArts game is one that I have probably played like once a year of just going through it. It's a short game. When I was a kid, it wasn't, but now that I know it and I can go through it, that I'm like, yep, this, and it's just a memory of remembering this and the dialogue and God, I love those LucasArts point-and-click games. I want all of them.
Yes.
I want all of those.
Nice. Oh, that was wonderful. I love that. I love this idea. I love this idea of you with your friends playing Double Dash, and then we got to kill some pigs now. Sorry. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna go. We have to eat.
Yes.
And then we've got to go make the grain alcohol for our drinking.
Yes.
Our drinking challenges in there.
Yeah, you're going to be making your own mead.
But for the drinking, I will say that when we couldn't do the 8-player, we figured out a very fun 4-player version for. I think I had Mario Kart on the Wii, and we were doing that. That another fun drinking game for that one is you race, and whoever gets in last does a shot, and whoever gets in first does a shot.
Oh, okay.
So basically the entire race is everyone getting to the finish line, and then no one wants to cross the finish line.
Yeah.
So we're all sitting there by the finish line, and we're trying to knock each other over the finish line by bumping into each other. Because as soon as one person goes over, then you're racing to get second or third.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's this glorious panic, and there's also, you don't need the skill of like, oh, he always gets in first. Like, we got to wait for the last person to get here so that we can go and race and go across. And then my one friend who would always he would get too drunk, he'd forget, and he'd get first. He'd like, I won! I'm like, oh, all right, no, take your shot. Yeah. So lots of fun Mario Kart games. Disclaimer, I am not responsible. Please drink responsibly. For anyone that decides to play upon these rules, these are not official rules.
No.
And
they're not Nintendo
moderation.
approved.
Play in moderation. Don't do shots of wine like my one friend Ted Evans did.
That's amazing. Okay, so I'm sure with the vast selection of games you talked about already, there's got to be like some duds in there, right? Like, what is some of the worst games you've ever played, Zoran?
Oh my God, worst games that I've ever played.
Like, I like, for example, if we are going to
versus the Space Mutants.
Okay.
Nintendo game, like I think that might have been the first Simpsons game. It is Bart Simpson fighting Space Mutants, and that game I never finished. I was like, it's the Simpsons. I'm going to get the Simpsons game.
Yeah.
I hated that game and barely got through any levels in that game. Man, the Simpsons games were impossible to beat. I enjoyed Bart's Nightmare a little more, but that one, there's just bouncing things, shooting things everywhere, and then you got to collect X-ray specs, and I'm just like, oh, this gameplay is not fun. The controls were just like clunky enough that it just did not feel responsive, that I was like, oh, these can feel bad.
Yeah.
That's the one that shoots to my head for sure. Not a game. Well, no. Let's see. What is it? I swear, there's got to be something I played on N64 that was absolutely god-awful that I cannot remember right now.
That's the thing, though. Like, the Nintendo 64 and the PS1 had such a strong collection of games. Yeah. But you mentioned Simpsons games.
Put them out of my... The Simpsons game. There were some bad Simpsons games.
There was. I was just about to say, when the question was flipped back at me, I said Simpsons Wrestling. I don't know if you ever played that. That was terrible. Okay. Absolutely horrendous game. Bad Simpsons game and a bad wrestling game, so it was just awful.
Oh, no. You got to have at least one of those.
Exactly.
At least one's got to work. No, the Simpsons games were notoriously just slap the license on it and let's do it. I mean, there's times that are aggravating. I'll always remember Mega Man 2. I hated the dragon in Mega Man 2. There's this dragon, big robot dragon. You have like 3 blocks over an endless pit. And this thing is like arcing flames under and firing things at you. And you have to like jump from block to block, shoot, jump from block to block, shoot. That I was like, I hate it. I hate this so much. And then you die, and there wasn't really a save point. At least that one had like passcode systems that you could remember. You type in and you jump to a certain point, but you'd have to do like the whole level. Oh, I remember being very aggravated at that, and finally, I think, giving up on that. I may have beaten him like once, but then you have to fight Dr. Wily after that, and I don't believe I ever beat Mega Man 2.
Oh, goodness.
I beat Mega Man X, and I was so proud of myself.
Hell yeah.
I love the Mega Man X games. There was something that they fixed the balance that I was like, this is great, and there's upgrades in it. I
Yes.
love my little upgrades of I can dash now, and I can jump on the wall, and I can do all this.
Excellent, excellent. So, what are you playing right now, Zoran? And again, of course, I know respectfully, obviously, you might be doing some Dead Meat content, but like, you can to share what you want. But like, and on top of that question, the secondary question is, how much downtime do you have to play games versus doing your stuff?
Not a lot. So I always do. So my lunch breaks from Dead Meat are always like, I get an hour, off for lunch. That I would be like 30 minutes of eating, hanging out. Usually the boys going to sleep at that point, and then I'll do my dailies for Fortnite. So I'm playing Fortnite close to daily, just at least to do a couple missions, get a couple rounds in. So that's like my wind down on break time. And then I have just fallen deep into Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Oh, nice.
On the Switch 2. That game is so stupidly addicting, and it's all about like there's an endless amount of collectibles. I'm doing my best to just focus on story and the main missions and everything, and I'm like, but I could just wander over here and start digging and find another banana gem, and I can then do this, so I can buy some new tie for DK and change his color. I'm like, oh, I like this customization of DK. Oh no. But man, that game is just so fun. Controls, ideas, the voices, I love that game. But I also am playing Hades 2.
Nice.
Hades 2, I finally beat Kronos once, but then of course when you beat the character once, that's not the end of a Hades game. You just have to do it again and again and again and again. And that's a dream right there, is to do voice acting for that game. And then also Dispatch. My God.
Oh, I need to play that.
Dispatch.
It's good.
So much. But that's my kind. I love the, supermassive games. The point, it's very story based. I love the story based games. I can't commit to tons of open world stuff because it's too big. It's like, well, this is going to be 70 hours of your life to wander around and collect this and do this and everything like that. And I love them. I love my Elder Scrolls, and I played a lot of Assassin's Creed stuff, and then it just became too overwhelming that I'm like, I'm stressed in this virtual Viking world right now of where to go and do, and I'm like, I got shit to do outside this world. I can't be in this. And then if you ever stop playing and then you try and go back to it, you forget all of your muscle memory and your controls of like, oh, this is this one, and dodge is this one on this one, and you've got to remember it, and all the work that you had to like get into that mode of like, yeah, I know all the combos, I know everything that I need to do. What was the question?
What are you playing right now? Fortnite?
Yes.
Donkey Kong.
No, but the big ones being Donkey Kong Bonanza. That's the most recent thing. Hades 2, I continue to do little runs from here and there. And then Dispatch was the most like recent game that I fully played through. And God, I love that. That's so well written. They did such a good job. I think that's Ad Hoc Studios. Kudos to them for beautiful story. I'm excited for another season of that. And that's when I immediately started playing a second playthrough because I wanted to see the other choices.
Right, yeah.
Someone described it as Twilight for men because we were deciding at one point between two characters, Blonde Blazer and Invisigal, and it's like, which team who do I want to date? Like I saved it and stopped and had to sleep on my decision of like, who am I gonna pick? Invisigal or Blonde Blazer. I was like, I was so on Blonde Blazer, but now Invisigal, I was like, this is really what makes sense for the story. And ended up doing Invisigal my first run, but I'm gonna go back and do a Blonde Blazer run and see how everything kind of adjusts and changes in there.
I need to play it. I have heard so many good things about it, but surprisingly, it wasn't really nominated for many like Game of the Year awards. But everyone that played it was saying, "Oh my god, this is like one of the best games like this year, if not one of the best like choice games.
But know that it is game-wise. It's not a game in a lot of ways. It is more of a choose-your-own-adventure movie. Whereas, like, even in Telltale games, like Walking Dead, you have moments where you're in control of the player and actually moving around and things. The only gameplay element, which is very fun, and it's very fun, is the dispatch where you're actually sending heroes to certain things. So you have to choose, like, who's going to be best, who's going to get this percentage, and do all that. So it's a very fun mini-game.
Sure.
But the rest of it, there's no other game to it. So game-wise, it's on that verge of, I consider it more of an interactive movie or anything. Because all the scenes are pre-rendered and everything as well, that you're just making the choices. And I love it. And I love that kind of storytelling. And it's so well acted and so well written. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's made that game. You did a really, really good job. Also, the thing that pushed me probably over to Invisigal was Laura Bailey being the voice. Laura Bailey is an amazing voice actor, and I was like, yeah, all right, we're going to go with Laura Bailey for this one, and her amazing performances in Invisigal.
Let's go. So you've got an absolutely incredible collection of wonderful horror-related stuff behind you. It's not at all jealous, but, you know, have you got any favourite video game collectibles?
Oh, I'll grab it right here.
Oh my God.
Not my Choo Choo Charles.
Let's go. That's so cool.
I will say this one was sent to me by. There's a game called Dead Reset.
Yes.
Right there.
I played. I know the guys at Wheels Interactive a little bit. They gave us a copy of the game. We interviewed Lindsay Crane, who played Fern.
Oh, amazing!
On
very cool.
Yeah, for charity. That was wonderful. But oh my God, that's so cool. They sent me a replica of an eyeball from set and everything. So I cherish this. This is amazing. I love what they did. Again, interactive movie more so than definitely.
Game of that one.
Did you take the spare? Did you take the spare eye?
The spare eye. Right.
Yes.
So I have that, but then I also, one I bought, which I absolutely love, one of the coolest ones is the, come here you, unplug, is of course the Pip-Boy.
Yes. Oh.
The actual Pip-Boy replica, which I do not even remember how to turn on anymore, if it even turns on.
Well, oh my God, my wife's going to be very jealous of that. I'm just going to warn you now.
I got a map on there. There's a full radio. You can switch your inventory. Like, that's my status right now. I'm not doing great. God. It's a little blurry, but the detail that they put in this thing is insane. And it's metal and it's like hefty. And, you know, when you get something, you're like, oh, I paid money for this. It feels like I paid money for it.
Yeah. Fair play to Bethesda. Yeah. They, I remember reading on the internet about Bethesda. Like, I think someone had like a really exclusive like Elder Scrolls like vinyl set or something like that, and it was so exclusive. And I think one of the things went wrong on it, so they said that we can replace it, but you have to break every single vinyl so we can replace all of them for you. And it was like, oh my God, because they do make some really high quality stuff.
They made me do that with a statue for Weta. Dark Crystal. I have Dark Crystal statues that I love, and they made me smash it. And I was like, this is so... Please don't make me do it. And they're like, send us the photos of this. I just smashed it.
Destroy it!
I was like... No,
it's so mean.
Guys, this is... I don't want to do this to Rian.
Oh, my God. Oh, so mean. Okay, so... So you've done, in terms of like video gaming content creation, you know, you've got a Twitch, haven't you? Low Cal Comedy is on Twitch. I did a little bit of research onto that. Obviously,
well, I don't use that. That Twitch, I'll say, was mainly for the pandemic, so that I could watch movies with friends.
Fair enough.
I will be taking over the Dead Meat Twitch, which hasn't really been doing anything. So
exciting.
We'll hopefully be doing some dual streams and building up Twitch stuff again. Not just YouTube streaming.
That's exciting. I was about to say, this year. Wonderful. Oh my God, that's exciting. There you go. That's wonderful news. But yeah, so I know you've been doing it obviously on YouTube as well. So like, what is your dabbles into playing games online as a streaming thing? Is that a pre-Dead Meat thing with, well, maybe not now. I thought maybe it was, but yeah. What's your relationship with that?
No, I didn't. I have not done any like game streaming until Dead Meat. Like, yeah, I never did anything like that, and I love it. I didn't realize it's a show. Like, it's exhausting, because I'm not. It's me being on. Like, I'm not just like sitting there silently playing a game, you know, having had an edible and just quietly just doing whatever. I'm like, oh, I'm trying to make this entertaining and things. And a lot of the games, like the one that I just did, No, I'm Not Human. That's one of my favorite streams I think that I've ever done. That game is so good.
It's so good.
And there's no voice acting in it.
No.
And so as a voice actor, which I didn't mention at the top, but I also do that. Voice acting, that's the dream there. That I basically voice acted that game based off suggestions from the chat. And so I'd say, oh, give me a bunch of suggestions. And then our social media manager, Michael, would collect them. And I'd be like, oh, we got a new person outside. What do they sound like? And someone would be like, Party Yoda. Okay, great. So it sounds like Yoda having a party. And, you know, just random things of a child who is on fire but will not acknowledge that they're on fire. So I have to read like all the text while that's happening. It's just, oh, everything's great. I feel really cool right now. Very not hot. It's basically just Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
But yeah, so that was exhausting because I played that for 4 hours and my voice was like shot by the end of it. So the next day I had to like do vocal care to get back into. I went a little too hard on that, but I was having so much fun on that. So streaming is a very interesting beast, and I love it. I do it for Patreon for a smaller audience, and then do it on the channel for a larger audience. And you know, the Patreon streams are nice and cozy, and to see so many repeat people that I'm. It's weird because you're like, I'm getting to know these people. And I'm learning things about their lives. Never met these people.
Yes.
No idea what anyone looks like. I just know their username. So then I've met a few in real life. And they're like, I'm this. Oh, hello.
Yes.
Not what I thought at all.
Yeah. Always the way.
But yeah. Good to meet you. It's a very nice. It's this generation's, you know, going over to the friend's house and watching them play the game. That's what it used to be. If someone owned a Genesis and I wanted to see a Genesis game, I would go to their house. I'm like, I want to see Sonic the Hedgehog. I'd go watch them play it. Sometimes we pass off the controller and we'd switch it. But other times we're just hanging out, watching someone play a game, and we're very happy about it. And we just like, collectively, we feel like we've beaten it together.
Yeah.
You know, oh, my thing's quiet. It's going into sleep mode. All right, my Pip-Boy just stopped. I was like, strange noises are happening over here. But it's the sense of community is wonderful that I love. They help me through the game sometimes. There's times that I get stuck. I'm playing Resident Evil 3, the original.
Okay, yeah.
Over on the Patreon stream.
Oh, boy.
Mainly as research. I'm kill counting the remake, but this time I've never played the original, and so I wanted to do that. And I started on hard mode.
I was going to ask, yeah.
I started on hard mode of the original, and we had to stop because I wasn't making it past the first Nemesis battle.
Yeah.
We don't have auto saves, and I was like, this is just going to waste everybody's time. But everyone's like, yeah, hard mode, do it. You got it. And I'm in there, and I'm like trying to figure out the exact timing of that dodge mechanic.
Yeah, it's
and
tough.
I keep getting hit, and then it starts all over, and you got to watch the cutscene again, and you got to go through. I'm just like, so easy mode, pop into easy mode, got an AK-47 immediately. I'm just mowing down zombies. I'm like, this is what I wanted, because I just wanted to experience the story so I can compare it legitimately to the remake and have a little more, you know, I'm trying to be informed. I want to be as knowledgeable as possible on all of these things. So whenever I do a video game kill count, I am, we have our researcher Bella, who does all of this amazing research, and then I even go out on my own and just continue to look through old YouTube videos and this. And I'm like, oh, this is an Easter egg and this, and I want to give all the most interesting information to everyone in those things that they wouldn't normally know about the games.
That's what I love so much about it.
I love them.
Yes, Zoran, thank you. Like honestly, I love the video game series on Dead Meat. And it's a massive Resident Evil fan. Like I can see the outpour of like love and support and information and research and everything. Like it's all well done, and cannot wait. Obviously, yes, I loved your Jill outfit as well. Very suited.
I've got it there at all times.
It was so good.
Outfit. No, it's not done yet.
Oh, it's not done yet. This is more RE1. Are you going to be having? Oh goodness me! I was going to say you're going to be. I'm assuming you're not going to be doing the boob tube from the original game.
What?
Be surprised.
This is what I stream Resident Evil games in now because I have this at all times on me. I'm like, I got it. I got the shoulder pads.
Yes.
I got the hat.
So good.
I'm ready to be Jill. We love Jill. We love Claire. We love all our Resident Evil folks.
Yes, man. Yes, So yeah, just we've done 2 seasons of the Dead Meat video game series. Again, I want to again thank you for. I loved the Happy Hill Homicide. I'd not discovered that game. It's pretty much the only game that you've covered that I'd not heard of before. And that's one thing that I love again about what you do is that you don't just focus on the AAA horror games. You go in down into some of the indies like Choo Choo Charles, stuff like that as well. Mm-hmm. So I love that game. It's free as well. It's crazy.
I cannot believe that game is free. And again, made by one wonderful man who took me forever to track down, and I'm the only one. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who has interviewed him. My God, I loved that. I will say that was. I can't say if that was my favorite game. It's like up there, tied for favorite game of last year. Just so much fun to play that game. I played both of them. I'd love to. Hopefully, I'm going to get to the second one. But it's hard when I have limited slots each season to like fit in, and I want to do a balance of indie games and other games. I will say that this next season I'm going to be doing Fear the Spotlight, which I'm very excited about. Blumhouse's first game, which didn't start out as a Blumhouse game. It was Cozy Pals, husband and wife, made this beautiful. I love that game. It was a very beautiful PS1 style graphics game that I wrote the script for that one with help of our writer Tim. That we're going to definitely get that into next season, so I'm very excited to play that, and of course the Resident Evil. So I want to balance with the AAA games because also I love Resident Evil. Those games fucking suck to kill count.
Yeah. Oh God, I know.
Because the zombies don't stay dead. They don't stay dead. And then you have to remember, and they reuse models of zombies. So it's like, is this the same? There's like 3 of these in the room. Did I recount this one? Am I this one? Okay. Oh, now there's bodies laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and then if you mess up one count, you're like, okay, we did it. We're all looking at it. Everything's great. Suddenly, wait, Marvin died off screen and became a zombie, which technically means we have to count Marvin's death even if we didn't see his death because he comes back as a zombie. So that all the numbers after that have to be renumbered in the graphics, and it's like all these things that it just takes time. And so people will say, and I'm very, very grateful, very blessed to be able to play video games currently for a living and focus my energies on that. But there are the moments of whatever you are doing from an outside perspective, like you play video games, you have nothing to play about. Like there's still a work aspect of any job that anyone's like, this is the most fun job in the world. But like, there's still things that are just like, I spent 8 hours of my day going through 17 hours of footage, scanning backgrounds of pixels in low res to make sure that I didn't miss a body. Because we do our very best.
Yeah.
But also, people give us some leeway if we miss a kill here and there because we are pouring over the footage. There's times that I've missed kills. I'm going to miss kills and things. And I'll be like, yep, you're right. I did. And then I'll throw it in later as a joke. And people are like, okay, he acknowledges it. I acknowledge. I will always acknowledge. I will always read the comments. I will always know. I'm doing my very best, as always. I give 100% to everything that I do. I do not half-ass anything that I do on the Dead Meat channel.
So how did it come about then? Because obviously the channel's been going for 8 odd years now, isn't it, Dead Meat? And then I seen
9 years. We're entering year 10.
Oh my God! Wow.
In April, we'll be entering the 10th year of Dead Meat. It's crazy. I am now the longest employee with them, aside from James and Chelsea.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I've been there very early on.
So how did the
And
games come into it then? Like, because it was sporadic, wasn't it? At first, I feel.
so the games first came in during the weird periods. There was the SAG strike, and so we were not covering movies that were SAG movies.
Yeah.
And so we had to figure out what other things we cover, and that's where James finally did the Mortal Kombat kill counts, because he's
Yes.
such a Mortal Kombat fan. And so we started with that, and we're like, okay, these are doable. And then he wanted to do Silent Hill, but he couldn't figure out how to actually do it. I figured out how to do it. Did it. But there's so there's so much time you have to invest in it, because it's not a 90-minute, 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, Resident Evil 2 is 17 hours of footage that we are then condensing down and down. And I made an hour, 20-minute kill count. So I'm like, I made a feature film about Resident Evil 2. There's so much more that could still be said. And trying to balance the like story, you know, with the BTS, with jokes, with everything, that it's a lot of work to get all of these together. So that's why I established seasons for sure. I'm like, this is not something that we can do all the time, because we're also we have the same team working on movie kill counts at the same time as video game kill counts as well. So we're split. We're trying to make it all work. And so that's why we take this time off to try and build up a little momentum for the kill counts. I get the playthroughs. We get the writers writing the first draft. I'm doing the next one, filming things. So that way we're not doing them up until the wire. Because some of those Resident Evil, I did a 15-hour day before its release, because there was no one else available. Because James was, I think, doing Stranger Things at the same time. So everyone's editing these endless things of Stranger Things. And like, well, all right, I'm doing it. So here I am. So I still edit. I still do whatever things I need to do on that. But we're doing a very big push for Dead Meat Games this year. Lots of fun things happening over there.
That's so exciting. So, what has there been like a favorite memory or silly story or funny thing when it comes to doing the Dead Meat, gaming, the content creation side of things? How is there anything that comes to mind?
Oh, let's see. I mean, I just think that now I don't realize that I do have a slight notoriety, and that I do get recognized in places now for this.
Yeah.
That I was at Universal Studios trying to run to meet with a friend, and a dad just like stopped. He's like, "Are you Zoran?" I'm like, yes. He's like, "Oh my God, I love your kill counts, man. The Tremors kill counts are like the best things ever and everything. Like, I'm here with my kids. They showed me, and now I watch all of yours specifically. I love your stuff." I was like, "Oh, thank you. I'm just going to run over here." I'm like, "Oh, this is the thing now, that I'm going to be recognized for things." And I've now met so many glorious fans and things, and I'm very grateful for all of that. They're so nice. I mean, horror people are the nicest people in the world. I will stand by that to the day that I am killed by one of them.
Yes.
I'm sure they had a very good reason. They're very nice. I love meeting the fans, and that's what keeps me energized and keeps going for this, because we're in a bubble over. I work from home.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in this little office here, and I'm just like, this is where I put a thing out. It's uploaded. Is it good? I don't know. You don't get I come from a theater. I did improv and everything. You get the live reactions of, is this working? Is this not working? I did stand-up. I did all this stuff. You don't get that. You just have the views counter and hope that the views are good. And then the comments, which I think we've cultivated a very kind of diehard game community. Like, we have an audience that I think is there specifically for games, that it may not be as large as the mainstream kill count one, but they're very loyal, and they're always coming in the comments and giving me corrections or just compliments. And I am always there reading, especially on day one when a game kill count is released. I am there responding. I want people to know that I see what they're talking about, and I really appreciate it. So the kind words mean a lot, and the unkind words still stick as well. You got to be able to brush them off.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just like, okay. And sometimes I go, guys, we're giving you free entertainment.
Yeah.
What are you complaining about?
Exactly.
This is free.
Yes.
You don't have to pay for anything. And there are ads, sure, but that's for free. Like, that's what it is. That's how we pay people to make the things.
Yeah.
We have to get money from, somewhere.
Exactly.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a particularly funny or heartfelt story, but that's what I got for you.
Yeah. Love it. No, thank you, Zoran. And I do love I love your style. I love that the video gaming is your thing, should we say now, on Dead Meat. And again, I always love seeing like your cameos in James's episodes and stuff like that. It's always fun to see you, and it was one of the reasons why when I did tag you up on Twitter and said like love to interview Zoran, love to obviously interview and any of the three of you, but like I'm genuinely appreciative of your time and what you do. It's so funny, and it's just that little balance, I think, between the comedy and the getting the job done type of thing. It's just hilarious when you make your cameos, and then you've got your own wonderful
probably
series.
Lean more towards the comedy
yes.
than the getting the job done, which is fine. I craft runners and gags and jokes,
hilarious.
and that's my background. It's what I love.
Yeah.
I love the jokes, and I love to figure out when I'm making them work and when they're not. So there's still lots of jokes that are cut out, and my kill counts definitely have a lot more outtakes because I tend to riff on like every line.
Oh yeah.
That I do. Oh yeah, I have many just like try it this way, try this way. Oh, that one worked, and this one didn't. So always working the material to get it to best that it can be.
Amazing. I got one final question, which is simply to ask, is there any advice or suggestions or tips that you might give to anyone thinking of, content creation, YouTube, video game streaming, like anything really? What advice would you give to anyone?
I would say, for the most part, don't. The thing you can get obsessed with is views and things of that nature, and you have to create something that you're passionate about, that you like. You see something like, no one's doing this, I think I could do this, or they're doing this but I think I could do a better version of it. Just make things. When I graduated from college, I had my film and television degree, and I'm like, this means nothing. This film and television degree, you can't take that and go job Hollywood.
Yes.
Like, they don't care. The truth is, you never have to really use your degree. I'm not saying don't go to art school, because the best thing you can do there is the social connections that you make. So working there and having a forced curriculum, because if you do it on your own, sometimes you're not going to have the discipline to make stuff. So you're going to be like, okay, I have to make something every month. So when I graduated, I said, I'm not going to get a job doing this. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to make things. And so me and my buddy Cusper, this was the beginnings of low carb comedy, he would show up to my house with a full frozen Tombstone pizza in his hand, just eating it at my front door, just like, what are we making today? What are we making today? And I changed his name to God in my phone, so every morning I got a call from God. Like, what are we making? And we would improvise films. We had a guest book on our website back when it was just guest books, and people would
sign oh my god, yes,
little
yes.
comments and be like, what do you want to see in a video? And they'd say something, and we'd look and we go, all right, what do we do on that? And then we would riff and make an entire short. And that's the early low carb stuff. Is a lot of it is at the end, there's literally the credit written by no one, because we didn't write it. We just riffed back and forth, filmed some things, edited together, put a video out there. Just keep making things that, and if it starts to become a chore and it's something that you're not enjoying anymore, people will start to figure that out. So keep that joy, and know that people are with you. I guess this applies more to theater and things, but when you're on stage, if you're having a good time on stage, the audience is going to have a good time too, because they're there with you. They want you to succeed. They're like, we paid to come to a show. We want you to succeed. So we're here with you. And so if you're having a fun time, they want to be in on that fun, being like, oh, we're part of it. And it's just this beautiful, electrical thing that can happen. So
yeah,
figure out what it is that you like to do and do it. And then if you don't like it anymore, you can stop.
Yeah.
Don't fall into this is not fun anymore, and it's okay. And you get into the regimented status of like content creation. Like, we have to do something every week. It's not sustainable. and also set yourself up for success. That if you are creating YouTube stuff, you can chase the algorithm till you're blue in the face, and it changes all the time. You don't know what's going to be. So make the things that are going to make you happy, and something might hit, something might not. Like I have Social Media Askist randomly hit 80 million views or something like that. Rest of the videos on my channel, 1,000 views, something like that. Like certain stuff, the big head videos that I did were a little better and in view wise, but then the stuff that I'm some of it most proud of, my Monsters of Science series, where I mash up famous universal monsters with scientists like Frank Einstein and Schrodinger's mummy and Galileican, 50s trailer parodies, the things that I am so proud of and I think still work so well today and I love. I have like thousands of views, but it doesn't matter because I got to get these things out of my head.
Yes.
And I rewatch them from time to time and they bring me joy. And in some ways, my old videos are kind of like really well edited home videos that I get to remember that time, and it pulls up memories of like, oh, on set Cusper wasn't wearing pants because the framing didn't allow you didn't have to have pants on, so he's like, these pants are hot, can I just, all right, great, so I've got him in a full military outfit and then just boxer shorts. Like, well, the audience, no one's gonna see it, so fine, be comfortable, man, have a good time. So yeah, I mean, if you love doing it, keep doing it, and then if you're, check in with yourself. If you're not enjoying it, figure out a way to pivot, and you can always do different things in your life. You're never the same. You're never the one thing, and you can keep shifting and shifting and shifting. Yeah. And yeah, that's a long, very long-winded thing. But hopefully that's helpful to someone.
I hope so. I'm sure it will be. Zoran, thank you so much for your time. That was an incredible way to end our 9th season. So clearly I'm enjoying it somewhat, all right? So, yeah, no, thank you so much. Everyone, please check out Zoran, check out Dead Meat. I know a lot of you already are, so, but if not, you know, please go and check out all the wonderful stuff that Zoran does, especially with the Dead Meat video gaming stuff. It's incredible. So thank you for doing what you do.
I will say that if this is out and around March area, I'm going to PAX East.
Oh, there we go.
So
there we go.
East, yep. Gaming convention. I just got booked to, me and Ben are going to be doing a show there, meet and greet. So if you're able to get to PAX East, might be too late to notice whatever this is coming out. I don't know. But if it comes out, yeah, end of March, PAX East, I'm going to be there representing Dead Meat Games and having lots of fun. I'm so excited. I have never been. I've always wanted to go, and I get to figure out a show that I have to put on, so I need to go do that.
It's 2 months to go. But thank you so much again. Thank you for watching / listening, and I'll see you around maybe for season 10. Who knows? All the best. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.